I guess I just have a question about like Kundalini awakening in general because I'm not really sure if that's actually what I experienced. Um, so I had an ayahuasca journey about 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, and just had a lot of like spontaneous hand mudras and um, a lot of just childhood memories just kind of coming up like little I don't know, almost like little imprints that just kind of were purging out of me. And I didn't realize that something so like it could be so tangible like that. And I remember just feeling kind of sparks coming up from the bottom of my spine even after I left the ceremony, and then just like continually like releasing these things. And um, I definitely feel like I was going through a spiritual awakening just because my consciousness level is way different than before. And, just I've been keeping track of that and looking back at, old texts and messages I used to write. It's like I'm a totally different person. But I'm kind of coming to this point where I think I went through this sort of spiritual bypassing phase where I was just like super into spirituality, like that was my whole life. And then I realized, okay, I really need to actually heal my trauma. So I've been doing like EMDR and all of that. And now I'm just kind of coming to this kind of settling phase where I'm realizing, oh, like what I've always wanted is just like relationality and like connection with people. So I've like kind of come back down to this humble place of reconnection. So I guess I'm curious, like, does it even matter if I call it Kundalini? Was it Kundalini? Like,
Mhm.
what is that? What does this mean? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for being here and sharing. It's a great question. I think many of us have this question at some point or another. Um, I'll give you a few takes. Firstly, the things that you described are very consistent with Kundalini awakening, right? Spontaneous mudras, hand mudras. This is the original source of these types of spiritual practices. They were um, they arise spontaneously within somebody going through Kundalini awakening, and then they are documented and repeated by others. So this is the original source of mudras, for example. You describe sparks from your, lower back, lower spine. Okay, quite standard. What we may, equate with Kundalini rising. Lots of stuff coming up from the psyche to be purged, to be released, also very common. But most significantly is what you shared about your transformations in consciousness, shifts in consciousness, shifts in state of consciousness. That's really what this process is about. And if that is there, well, this is what this process is for. Um, so I would say, yes, this is, valid Kundalini awakening. Um, with that said, I don't ever really tell somebody that they're not going through a Kundalini awakening. So the reason for that is, I mean, there's like, about 40 people here. We don't have the time or the need to go and, be super critical of what people experienced and whether it's consistent with this text or that system or what this teacher said or that teacher said. It's not really important. The reason for that is, at least within the way that I operate, is because the things I share, anybody on earth can do them and there's no harm. And so it doesn't matter if you had a valid, genuine Kundalini awakening, certified, or you're just have nothing spiritual going on with you at all. Because the things I share are very simple, right? Just supporting our system with general self-care, relating with the higher power in any way that feels appropriate for us, right? Giving ourselves just some time to feel whatever's coming up. Very safe, simple things. So that's why I don't get too fixated on whether someone's going through a Kundalini awakening or not. But in your case, I mean, yeah, it's undeniable. This is clearly Kundalini phenomena. And as you've experienced shifts in your consciousness, clearly you've been supporting your system enough to come that far, which is great. Whether you would like to use that language, that's up to you. You don't have to. Whether you feel as if you need to be more qualified to say you had a Kundalini awakening. I don't think you need to be more qualified. I don't think anybody does. I think all that's really happening here is Kundalini awakening. I think that's what everybody's going through on Earth. It's a spectrum. At certain points, it's very obvious, and at other points, not so much. But what else is there? It's either all God or none of it is. Shakti, the Kundalini is animating everybody. It's all that there is. And so I think we're all just going along with this dance. At some point, we become aware of it. It becomes, pretty obvious. But for others who we may call asleep or lower consciousness or whatever, it's still the Kundalini Shakti that's animating them, that's breathing them, that's beating their heart, that's digesting their food. It's just not yet maybe perhaps transforming their consciousness, but it's still Kundalini, it's still Shakti. That's my take on it. Others, of course, would disagree. There are some people who have a sort of a gatekeeper attitude about this. They'll say, no, no, I had a real awakening. You didn't have one like me. Keep practicing, or, you're not a real one. Well, no, I don't take that attitude. And so I hope that can just give you some reassurance.
Yeah, thank you, Brent.
No, you're so welcome.